Yo, what's good? Yeah, Semi, it is pretty much dark out here. And I know you can't see me, but give me a little second. I'm gonna get it to some visible light. Not gonna be no chatty patty, nor will I hold y'all. But shout out to Jamie, man. Hey, shout out to everybody that be watering me and everybody that I was able to water in return. You know, if I was beneficial in your life in any manner, man, I'm so grateful. La Pareza Kioso. Kioso is grateful. Or either we'll go back to Hawaii. Mahalo. You understand me? So on this ep, we're going to speak about the spiritual practices, some that I involve myself in, you know, and I will share some of my spiritual practices. I ain't gonna take it on a Patreon level, but I'm gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna tiptoe, put our feet in the water, right? So first and foremost, one of the greatest things you could do for spiritual hygiene, spiritual protection is get you a singing bowl, get you a sound bowl, right? That is on a sound level. Like, okay, I don't want to get too far off topic, but utilize this analogy and look at it like how I see it, right? How I'm about to give it to you. Did you ever watch Naruto? All right, so in Naruto, they got the Leaf Village, they got the Sound Village, they got like the Water Tribe, you know, like some Avatar shit. They got Earth, Fire, Water, whoopty whoop, right? So if you really a real life chosen one, that means you dwell within all the elements. I know somebody asked me the other day, what's your zodiac sign? Like, I'm the 13th zodiac. I'm all the zodiacs. You know, it's just 360 degrees, 365. But let's stick to the message, right? You want to utilize your singing bowl. You want to utilize sound healing, right? And if you don't have a singing bowl, you can use mantras, you can hum, you can also sing your favorite uplifting songs that have 432, 532, but it has a natural harmonic state, right? Another thing that I suggest, what I really been on lately, that been fucking really, I gotta watch the curse and I'm gonna get it right, y'all. But one thing I really been digging, you know what I'm saying, pat me back my shovel cause I kept you alive. But one thing I really been utilizing lately like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, is that I've been downloading this African meditation music, right? And every time I bump that, bro, it do something inside me, bro. And it activate things that I know they try to suppress, that they didn't want to submerge to the surface. So download you some African meditation music. If you want to get that specific one that I use, let me know in the comment section. I got you. You know what I'm saying? And chimes, you could buy some chimes, hang it around the house. You understand what I'm saying? Another form of utilizing sound energy to clear and strengthen your spiritual protection and essence and aura is clapping your hands. You know what I'm saying? You clapping away all this different metaphysical and everything that's in the invisible realm that could be trying to attach itself to you. You understand what I'm saying? I also wanted to perform it live for y'all, but it just got done raining, right? And the wind real heavy right now. So another form, and I'm gonna answer both of those questions for you too, Jamie. So you probably ain't gonna even have that much when it's time for our little, you know what I'm saying, our little jokes, you feel me? But I remember you also asked me, do I use sage and rosemary, and is it safe to get it from the stove to burn? Now, remember this, right? Depending on which store you go to, it depends on the type of volume and energy that's going to be presented on that plant, right? But the highest form of utilizing herbs, you understand what I'm saying, to use and burn would be growing it yourself, right? But I know you need it now. You know you need it now, not down the line, not tomorrow, need it now, right? So going to a store that got good energy, you know what I'm saying? The people, you know, the plant now looking dead and shit, but You got to realize certain people be saying certain chants and putting their energy every time somebody touch that plant. So whenever you buy plants from the store, you still want to purify them. If you could wash certain plants, do that, right? But you could even order it off Amazon by the bundle. But where I'm at right now, I got so much rosemary around me, bro. I think I could sell rosemary. You feel me? Now, I know you also asked me about using sage. I don't use sage. I just don't use sage. And I'm going to explain why I don't. Because when I was asleep and I was living in the underworld and I was on some thugging gutter shit, you know what I'm saying? GBA, guilty by association. But when I was around the wrong people at the right time, I saw this one wizard or this one warlock. He would always use sage, and he was like, "Yeah, Vabo, you need to start sage in your area where you go." And I was like, I saw an evil person using sage, and I had a few people that backstabbed me and was like, "Yeah, you need to use sage and clean your energy." So, for some strange reason, I'm gonna be real. My insides and my spirit tell me burning sage is not for me. That's not the route I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's like on a real witchy level. That's just being me. I know it's a herb, you know what I'm saying? It's about your intentions. But you ask me what I do, what I use. I mostly burn rosemary, thyme, other herbs in that nature, but I don't burn sage. It's just something about the sage I'm not burning. You know, if I see everybody else in the world doing it, then I'm gonna go the opposite way. That's just how my brain operates, you feel me? So, burning your incense, burning your herbs, also getting a infuser. You can get essential oils and put it in your little mister. You understand what I'm saying? Now, another great powerful thing you can do, because I was living in St. Thomas, which is kind of a witchy place. It's not as witchy as St. Croix is, because everywhere you go in St. Croix, you see statues of witches. But and then sometimes you got to look at it that some of this is really not negative, but that's just how they spiritual practices is, right? But I don't deal with the witchy ish, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on that witchy shit. I'm not on that warlock shit, even though every word we do is cast a spell, but to the point, Vabo. God damn, nigga. When I was in St. Thomas, let me tell you what I was doing, right? When I was in St. Thomas, what I was doing was I was burning a lot of rosemary. You know what I'm saying? And I had got a job working at this resort, right? And I knew it was real witchy. I knew it was real negative after I had my first interview, right? Because I saw them trying to curse me with their fingers and shit, with they, you know what I'm saying, behind my back, and I felt the energy. And plus I meditated and I saw everything in replay in spirit, you know. And we'll get on that episode too, how to replay what you can see in spirit that you didn't see in the flesh. So that's the whole Patreon level type ish. But anyway, what I did when I got hired and I was working at this resort where there was all type of energies, you know what I'm saying, all different type of characters and people. What I was doing was I had got some orange peelings, a couple pineapple chunks. I got a couple spritz of rosemary, and I had put somebody burning that gas. And I had got a couple I had got a couple pieces of cloves, and I put it in some warm water, and you know it cooled down throughout the rotation, but I was in a real tropical environment, so it kind of stayed a little coldish, warmish, but it wasn't hot like I got it started, right? And they was all looking at me all weird and shit, but the smart ones kind of knew what I was doing though, the sneaky ones. And you want to miss, you know what I'm saying? You want to get you a little bottle, you could keep it with you, you know what I'm saying? And you could just mist yourself, just spray your herbs on you and mist yourself. You know, like in Florida, they got something called Florida water, but I don't get down with that shit, you know what I'm saying? I did in my day, you know what I'm saying, in the old me, when I ain't know no better, when I was naive as fuck, I did date a couple witches. I found out at the long in the long run, in the wrong run, the wrong run in the long run, that one of my ex-Jezebel's witches, she used to always be like, I gotta get this Florida water. I gotta get this Florida water. I used to always like, why you gotta get that Florida water so bad, bro? And because she was doing all type of love spells and using her Florida water and all type of other means and shit. So Florida water, to each his own, but I don't use Florida water. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody's spiritual practices is different, but these different spirits, you're utilizing different spirits that attract different energies, right? So I know the energies that I utilize and what I'm familiar with and what has always benefited me. Now, another thing I always do is you can get your herbs and you can make a crown. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you go in public, you can let it be visible. You don't have to let it be visible. But what I normally do is I get a couple things of rosemary and hold on, let me get that right for y'all real quick, because I'm right here by a couple of bushes. What I do is I get some rosemary and I just stick it in my head. I stick it in my hair, right? You dig? Because you want to protect your crown chakra, because the crown chakra, the back of your neck, the back of your head, the back of the middle of your back, your feet, and your private area is like the main, it's like the pressure points, it's like the vital points that the witches and the warlocks like to attach their evil magic to you, right? So you want to make sure whenever you go out in public that, you know, to each his own, but this is what I do, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna repeat myself no more about this shit. But what I do is that whenever I go out in public, and I know it's gonna be like a tight environment, so many different faces and places, and I'm in a different location, what I do is I take a lot of herbs, take a lot of rosemary, and I stick it in my hair. I stick it in my wrap. You understand what I'm saying? So that could protect me. And then every time I do that, guess what happens? The witches always be like, oh, what's that herb? Oh, why you got that there? And they know damn well why I got it, because they're trying to figure out why their magic not sticking. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to figure out like, oh, he knows something. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, what you want to do is take a couple herbs, like I said, and stick it in your hair, stick it in your crown area, stick it in the vital elements, the vital ailments that I just explained to you, right? To protect yourself. Another couple things you could do for spiritual hygiene, spiritual practices to keep your spiritual protection right is, first and foremost, intentions. Prayer work. You know, well, honestly, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I really don't even pray no more. I don't use my outside voice. I mean, I still do, but not as much. But I don't use my outside voice to send specific prayers out. What I do, I go within, because I realized and I found out that the voice inside you is stronger than the voice that you use for outside. You understand what I'm saying? Because the voice inside you echoes all throughout this vehicle, this vessel that is for the Most High to be bestowed in, to reside in, to live in. You understand what I'm saying? So I utilize my intentions. I utilize my inner voice more than I utilize my outer voice. And plus, your outer voice utilize way more energy than your inner voice will ever use. You understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot of invisible forces, but the more you increase your inner world and you brighten your inner world, then the invisible world become more visible. Because before we got so indulged into the physical world was so dull and dark. But our inner world was so light and bright. Like I've been on a 2-day fast. I did break my fast today because I needed the energy. Bro. Before I ended my fast, because I was fighting it, right? Because I'm gonna tell you what I ate today. I'm gonna get back to the story. I bought some bananas. I got a grapefruit. I got a couple dates. I gotta go buy another gallon of water. And I had bought some banana chips. But the bananas, I ate one. It was green as fuck. It wasn't ready. Sometimes they be ready, but this one wasn't ready. So I just ate like half a bag of banana chips. And I ate like 2 dates. And I'm saving my grapefruit for tomorrow. And tomorrow, once I get up, I'm gonna eat my grapefruit. I'm gonna eat my bananas because they're gonna be ready, and then I'm gonna have a gallon of water, and then I'm gonna start my fast again because this rotation, my inner world, you know, this is how you know when your third eye and shit is blocked, right? But my third eye is open, and I just saw so many different visualizations. I told you I went on a psychedelic high, bro. It normally take me like 2 days to get on a psychedelic high, like I'm on mushrooms or ayahuasca, shrooms or licking the toe back, peyote or whatever. But I'm not indulging in none of those psychedelic elements because I'm the vibe. You are the vibe. You are a vibe. And once you master the vibes, you understand what I'm saying? You don't need outside sources to activate what's within you, because everything outside you is basically within you. But when you can't activate what's within you, you have to go to these outside sources, right? Because we are our own doctors, our own healers, our own extra, etc. Whoopty whoop, right? Let's get back to the bubbles. You hear me? So another couple spiritual activities that you could activate so that you could receive these accolades is grounding. Grounding. Another one for spiritual protection. I know this might sound like it's just basic as hell, but at least 4 hours of direct sunlight. At least 4 hours of direct sunlight. You can't take it, build it. Build your tolerance. But the more gamma radiation that you soak in, because we are plants, we are walking plants. If you're a real life chosen one, use a walking plant, use a walking elemental. So the more we dwell within the elements, and the more we fast, and the less we eat these foods and drink these carcinogens and these poisons, and we don't put those in our body, the more your pores open up, and the more you become more of an Etherian, and you could receive the ethers from all the different elements around you. Like literally, I don't have no psychosis, schizophrenia. I don't have no hearing problems, seeing illusions and shit. But let's be real, I'm a real spiritual motherfucker. Well, I'm not gonna say spiritual. I'm really stepping more and more to my authenticity, right? I'm stepping more and more into the language, the lifestyle, and everything that these motherfuckers stole from us to try to trap us in this language we using now, right? So wherever I go, bro, if I'm quiet, if my mind is quiet and I'm not bumping no fucking music and shit, every plant talking to me. Every plant is talking to you. Like, you know, some people gotta be on shrooms or be on a psychedelic to see this, but if you get your breath work right, you don't need that. And the plants will talk to you and they'll tell you everything you need and what you don't need, right? So listening to the plants, I know this sounds crazy, but just listening to the plants and taking direction from them, you know what I'm saying? That's also another way to heal and do spiritual practices and spiritual rituals or spiritual regiments. Put in your spiritual schedule, you know what I'm saying? Listen to the plants. They gonna talk to you. They gonna heal you. They gonna give you energy, but you gotta remember, the opposite of a vampire gotta be invited inside the door. But these plants gotta ask you, do you want to receive any knowledge, wisdom, spirituality, or intellect from thy? And you, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? All these plants talking to me. Like the other day, I felt like I was a basketball player or some shit, and everybody was putting their hands out to dap me and shit before I got to the court. You know how they be coming out the locker room and shit, dapping up the kids and shit. And literally all the plants just started swaying as I was walking past them. And I was like, yo, what's good, homie? What's homie? You know what I'm saying? I'm giving all the plants high fives and shit, man. When you indulge yourself in these plants, then, you know what I'm saying, that also provides you spiritual protection. Your teas, drinking your teas, that's very vital. I2 is vital. Drinking your teas, because these teas from rosemary, because rosemary is a sun plant, you know what I'm saying? So all of these different plants represent the different planets like Venus and stuff like that, right? So incorporating these different plants in your teas, drinking them, and tonics is also spiritual protection, because you are what you eat, right? And it's gonna come out your body one way or another. So your pores are opening back to another level, like I spoke on the aspect of being an Etherian. You understand what I'm saying? Another couple spiritual practices that I utilize is going to the beach. I'm a fucking crackhead when it comes to the beach. I'm a fiend. I'm a drug head for the beach. The beach is one of my favorite drugs. The sun gazing and grounding is one of my favorite drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to the high vibrational music. Some goddamn earth, wind, and fire. That's gonna heal your spiritual practices. We're gonna get a little deep on this, right? Boom. Your crystals. Washing them, charging them. Sometimes the ones that you can, put them in your water and drink them. The crystals that I got in my water right now, let me show y'all what I got. Let me show you what I got right now, Jamie. If you still made it this far. I don't know how y'all be able to listen to me this long. Cause I be watching videos on double speed. Come to find out my phone was like, okay, you tweaking, huh? I think my phone gave me 3 times speed. Shit, I gotta subscribe to the new YouTube and shit like that. But let me see if I can show y'all this. Let me get back into the light. I'm gonna show you what I made, right? You also gotta say prosperous words. It's like the rice experiment, right? You also gotta say prosperous words, you know, mantras, intentions, visualization. There's a lot of different protection that you could do. Like I had a lot of people tell me like, yeah, just imagine a white orb around your body. But I took it to a whole nother level. And sometimes I be having like a purplish, greenish type of bubble around me that protect me like a motherfucker. Like, you know how you could close your eyes tight or like have something on your eyes and you see like that purplish green type of little spectrum, but I don't be having nothing on my eyes. I was just in a different type of energy, and it was this purplish green aura, this orb that told me to visualize purple and green orb, because purple and green got a different type of fire type of synchronicity, right? So I don't know if you could see it at the bottom, but I got my crystals in my water, right? You can see it right there. I got my rose quartz, and I also got my purple amethyst. You see I got a couple pieces of lime, key lime, couple pieces of ginger, and the little branches and stuff you see in my water is my rosemary, right? So no longer are we susceptible or should be drinking regular bland as just water, right? And also, if you can, drink your water in a copper cup or a copper bottle or a copper canteen, right? That's also going to give you protection, because copper is with electrify our electromagnetic field, right? Copper is one of the greatest conductors. Shout out to trade school. But anyway, I'm gonna talk some hot shit. I'm gonna give you some more. Going to the beach, taking a walk in nature. You know what I'm saying? One of the most vital, important ones of them all. When I used to live in a house and I used to have my little rooms and shit, I used to take a bath like twice a day, bro. I used to take a bath twice a day, maybe a shower 3 times a day. Water bill was crazy. It's cool. But I used to take a bath like 3 times a day. I mean, take a shower 3 times a day as soon as I get up, as soon as I get inside, and before I leave somewhere, or when I get back inside. And every night, like when I used to have my little yaz, you heard me, my old ladies, my girlfriends and shit, my little babies, they love this shit. I will always run them spiritual baths. Like, I'll throw some pineapple chunks in there, because I'm like, I want you to go soak in the water, baby. So I'll run her bath water. I'll drop a couple drips or drops of essential oil, you know, chamomile, frankincense, you know what I'm saying? I get the candles lit for her, light her candles up. And like I said, I'll drop a couple chunks of pineapples. I have different other regular herbs, flowers in there, you dig? And I tell her, go soak in that water, baby, because you know, before we intertwine with spirits, I gotta clean your spirit, you know what I'm saying? And also, even if we didn't get it in, if you know what I mean, I still wanted her to be rich, be royal, you know what I'm saying? You dealing with something royal, so you are what you see in the mirror when you look at me in my eyes. I want nothing but that in return, you feel me? And I would, like I said, drop a lot of pineapple chunks, orange peelings, a couple spritz of rosemary, other different herbs too. Sometimes I will have blue vervain, all type of stuff, depending on her energy and her mood, and if she was in a healthy state, or maybe she had a cold or something like that. So depending on the state that you're in, you need to put different herbs in your spiritual bath, right? And then while she in the tub soaking, got her nice music on. Sometimes I put some music on that I want her to bump. You know what I'm saying? And put her in the mood. The whispers. I'm about to bump that shit now. We about to hurry up with this video. I'm a fucking crackhead when it comes to music. I be bumping music so hard that I could play any song in my head and I don't even need headphones. If you know what I mean. Like, I guess that's clear audio, whatever. But anyway, we'll get on that on another video. But that I'm just so exuberated and exhilarated and fucking litty just talking about this shit. What my tribe, what everybody that been josing me lately. I'm grateful for y'all that I could, you know, I could improve and uplift y'all spirits in y'all life, right? And while my little my baby, my queen, she be soaking up in the water and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let it marinate. I'll be in the kitchen cooking up some food, you feel me? And then I'll come while she's still in the tub, because I'm like, hey, baby, can you sit in the tub for like 20 minutes to an hour? You can? All right, that's cool, because I'm really trying to put you in a real meditative state, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that I was really healing these women the way that I was doing, but this was just my natural lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, when I was living inside a box. And I'll be coming off the stove, you know what I'm saying? I got like 3 sections. I got the rice, I got a couple more pineapple chunks, and I got like whatever she wanted, chicken, salmon, or some meat sitting in the pineapple, right? And I know this sounds crazy, but yeah, I will make my womans sit in the spiritual bath and eat the food. I know that's probably ain't good for the digestive system and stuff like that, but I'll be doing my thing, you heard me? So yes, sitting in the tub, soaking and taking a spiritual bath is one of the greatest things you could do. You know what I'm saying? So beneficial for the skin, which is the epidermis, the biggest organ that covers the body. You understand what I'm saying? Mental clarity. You know what I'm saying? You releasing all these different entities and energies that could be trapped within your hair, your pores. You know what I'm saying? Releasing all this witchcraft and all this cursed ass energy people try to flick on us, because it's a lot of jealousy and hate. You a chosen one. That's all day, every day. You know that. You hear me? I ain't gotta show that. And coming out that tub, man, is beneficial. You know, and I know it sounds crazy, like you're not supposed to be eating in the water and shit, you know, to each his own, but it's like one of my lifestyles. But I also know that eating something healthy and beneficial, and you know, you gotta rock spiritual cooking too. Spirit cooking, that's another form, right? Spirit cooking. Eating food that's cooked by somebody you know that got a positive spirit or that has your best interest, you know what I'm saying? And staying away from motherfuckers like fast food, junk food, and processed food, because all that is cursed food as it is. So that, you know, you cursing yourself as you put that food inside your temple, and that's where God dwells, the source dwells within us. So we must respect thy temple, right? Also bells, ringing bells. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, going for a walk, working out, that's the spiritual practices, because you circulate in your spiritual energy. Remember, you look at that pole and you should see a snake on the left side and the right side, compared to when you look at the back of the ambulance truck, which means that it might fix you physically, but it's gonna steal your spiritual energy, right? Another couple spiritual practices that I utilize for spiritual protection to strengthen my spiritual aura. What else could I share with you without taking it to like a Patreon level? You know, because you know you know what I'm saying. Just speaking positive to yourself, like they say, affirmations and mantras, you know, and visualization, and also, you know what I'm saying, just being grateful. Being grateful is another one of the greatest spiritual practices, you know what I'm saying, for spiritual hygiene and spiritual protection. Being in the right places too, going to high vibrational places. Like, sooner or later, I know they be like, don't tell nobody what she gonna do, blah, blah, blah. But ain't nobody gonna stop me. And plus, down the line, I might watch this video just for a reminder, but I'm gonna go to Cali and I'm gonna go to the Joshua tree. I'm gonna go to that location. I think it's like in the mountains and shit, but it is what it is. Once I get all my camping gear situated, you know what I'm saying, I get my weight back up and I get my situation better than what it is, right? So another couple spiritual practices. If you're a real life chosen one, I think I'm at the end it on this note. You must always, when you get up, especially before you go out in public, you must get your anointed oil and always rub it in the middle of your forehead. Because when I was a baby, I was a jit. You heard me? Before, I always went to school almost goddamn every day. But when I was small, I didn't know why. My granny would always rub Earl right there in the middle of my forehead, right? And the reason why, because that's to feed your Christ anointed Earl, to feed your anointings. You understand what I'm saying? You got to feed your anointings as well, right? The more you feed your anointings, I mean, that's the less spiritual practice that you have to do, but you still got to stay on your you feel me? And just having the best of hygiene, man. You know, going to staying. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I do my best to take care of my hygiene. I am on the streets. I am dealing with gang stalking and people trying to make me depressed and try to pulsate anxiety energy on me and make my body feel some type of way. I do get shot in the body with radiation weapons, and people hit me in the eyes and the back of my head with lasers, so that heat my body up. But what I'm basically saying is just hygiene, bro. I don't use deodorant. I do use key limes, and I put that under my arms, right? Because you are what you eat. So if you don't eat meat and you eat clean, then you don't have to worry about your body producing a funk. That's why people wear $1,000 of cologne and perfume and they fucking breath be stinking, because they eat meat. The more you eat meat and dead flesh and animals, then that has like a negative effect to your spiritual aura as well. To each his own, you know what I'm saying? Some people love meat. They can't, you know, I'm not here to tell you what to eat or what to do. But like I say, to each his own, and I'm sharing what is my own. And each of you can take what you can own from this. So don't eat no meat, man. You know, don't eat no meat, and respect the animals, and always show the animals respect, whether they predators or they the prey type of animals. Always show them respect. I mean, I walk the streets at nighttime, bro. It be coyotes out here, boars, like fucking humanoids and dogonoids and things that the goddamn government made, and I just be walking through this bitch scot free. It be some of them motherfuckers that be looking at me like, and it just be some of them just be like, they be cool. Like, I remember I was in San Diego, and I was walking in this restrictive area, and they had fences and everything. They was like, they even had signs like call 911 if you see coyotes. And one night, it was a coyote deliberately walking 4 to 6 feet on side me, big old monster nigga. I know he eat good, and I was in my head like, nigga, you ain't gonna fuck with me? You ain't gonna eat me, nigga? You ain't gonna attempt to? No, he was like, nah, bro, I'm really walking you to your destination because they got other shit out here that you don't need, you never even knew or seen. Like, I saw this one creature. You ever watch Zaboomafon? It was this one creature that looked like a lemur, but looked like it was fused with some type of other different DNA that I never seen. And I was like, damn. I saw a lemur before. I used to always watch Zoomaphone, but I was like, damn, that bitch got the body of a lemur, but it's mixed with something else, and it's deadly. And I remember I was asking the coyote through telepathy, and I was like, damn, nigga, you ain't gonna eat me? You ain't gonna fuck with me? He was like, bro, a coyote like 4 to 6 feet on side me. I'm walking through the little desert in San Diego, and the coyote was like, nah, bro, I'm walking you to your destination because they got shit out here that's really, that have no rules, that don't care, that eat anything, even eat meat. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, me and this coyote having telepathic conversations, and I don't even know this nigga. It was like that. And he was like, yeah, bro, I just want you to make it to your destination, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you could take care of yourself and shit, but they really got some shit out here. And I don't want you to get sick. You know, these things be having rabies and be feral and shit. I know that was off topic as fuck. You hear me? Another great spiritual practice is getting great sleep, great rest. You know what I'm saying? showing the body that you grateful for it. Spa day, soaking your feet in herbs, you know what I'm saying? Getting a foot massage, getting a pedicure, doing it for yourself, which is what I found it really activate the most. You could pay the China man, you could pay the Chinese lady to do your feet and shit, but when you do things for yourself with intentions and love, the energy is 1,000 bazillion times way better, way more protection, right? Because people could be doing your feet and doing your nails and doing your hair at the same time trying to curse your ass. You feel me? Not wearing wigs. That's another one. You know what I'm saying? Staying away from synthetic shit and putting it on your body. Oh, stay away from those blue lights too. When you get your nails done or you go to get your pedicure and shit like that. You know, you want to do everything natural as possible, to each his own, but I'm just sharing my little one too. I guess I made this like 35 minutes and shit. It's gonna be a little minute to upload this bitch, but y'all know the drill, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you got it, man. Thrash something on the Venmo. But I mean, if you can, you could throw something on the Cash App too. It's just that I gotta deal with my gym membership because I canceled that bitch. I called them, I emailed them, you know what I'm saying? And they still haven't canceled my gym membership, which I thought they did, but they didn't. And every now and then they try to take money out my account on some sneaky shit, like when I would least expect it, right? And I did talk to one of the motherfuckers, and they was like, yeah, bro, you gotta come in person and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm not even in that fucking state. You on some crackhead shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm trying to get my Cash App account situated, but I'm pretty sure before the half of this month hit, I'm gonna have that situated, you know what I'm saying? I think I gotta call HR or some shit because um I guess they know what they did, bro. Like, they was violating my privacy and shit. Like, I'll be taking a shower and shit. They'll be trying to peek through my shower curtain and shit. Just all type of freaky shit, bro. Harassing the fuck out me, sending people to harass me while I'm on side the workout machines and shit. I remember a couple times uh it was some females. It'd be late at night and it'd be the female staff workers. And they don't even be like, hello, room keeping with you whoop. And they'll just be coming in the men's bathroom and shit, because you know they got secret cameras everywhere. So they watching me on the secret cameras and shit. And the fucking bitches would try to, you know what I'm saying, look at me through the shower curtains. And some of them would try to peek over my fucking, the bathroom stall while I'm taking the shit. So I'm like, y'all violating that's a whole lawsuit and shit. And I did put some of that when they asked me. When I went on the website and I tried to cancel my gym membership, they asked me like, "What's the reason for cancellation and shit?" And I told them, and I guess I should have just put some basic shit. But I'm like, nah, bitch, you know what I'm saying? So you can't say I didn't document this shit in October of last year, November, and I also did it sometime earlier this year. And my gym membership should have been canceled, but every now and then this bitch will pop up with a different type of agency or a different type of name, but it's the same corporation. But it's like they pop up with different ways to do it, and them bitches will fucking swindle my money on my fucking Cash App account, bro. So right now, you know, I'm at to get a brand new Cash App account, but right now I know my Venmo is successful and it's legit. It's solidified. I gotta see back by getting my PayPal account situated, because I tried to activate it, but it was on some other shit. I do got Go-To Bank, which is Walmart, and like I said, once I guess once I get enough money in my fucking Cash App account, my shit'll be back right. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I let anybody know, if you're gonna donate anything to me on Cash App, let me know so I could transfer into my savings account and it's not in my checkings, because sometimes they be trying to take shit out my checkings account, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not saying I'm not a responsible motherfucker and I don't pay my bills and shit. Shit do happen. You gotta realize, at the moment, I done put in the fucking hella applications and shit, but you know, I will be getting a job soon. You know what I'm saying? Whether I employ myself, God, or whoop-de-whoop, right? But I ain't want to be too much about the Cash App shit. I know that's a little personal and shit, but I just had to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna donate on Cash App, be like, Vibe, is it a green light? Let me know. And then, yeah, let me know when you're gonna send it so I can bring it right there to my Cash App account and my savings account. And then what I normally do whenever I go to the store or something, I take that little money out of my savings right before I swipe my card, and everything be straight every time. But if I let it sit in my checkings account, like say a couple people did donate to me while I was asleep, and when I woke up, I saw that motherfucker took it out my fucking account and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's just, you know how this shit is, bro. But hugging the tree, talking to the trees, spending time with the trees, spending time with the animals. You understand what I'm saying? Also tapping into speaking to your ancestors. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Making sure you got your anointed herbs, your essential herbs. You dig? Rubbing your body with your frankincense and your rosemary and stuff like that, and your myrrh. Also, man, brushing your teeth with organic herbs and stuff like that, and staying away from the Colgate. I think that's what I got this far, man. It's 40 minutes. I didn't expect to do 40 minutes on this Jose, but time don't exist, but my people do. You know what I'm saying? And it's either we gonna execute or we gonna exit these plans. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all right now. I wanna say mahalo, mucho gracias, oasis, and thank you to everybody that been vibing with me, locking in, and supporting me in any manner, man. That's rather liking, sharing, subscribing, because the more likes that we get, that's the better I can get in the algorithm. The more that y'all leave comments, the more that y'all just drop a V in the comment section. That shit count, that shit matter, and I'm grateful for all the engagement. Even the trolls and the haters. I know some of them are like, I'm not blocking nobody. I mean, you law. Nobody's bitch. Your minds. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not blocking nobody, man. I want my haters, the people that said I'll never be shit, the people that knew I was a shit. I want everybody to see what's going on with me. I don't care. That's on you if you spend your time and watch me. That's on you. I ain't spending my time watching your fuck ass. You hear me? You hear me? Stop playing. And do your research before you put your crystals in your water, because certain crystals is poisonous and you can't drink them. I didn't do no research on rosemary or amethyst. I just trust spirit, and I was like, I'll be straight. Cause like I ain't using Moldavite. Moldavite something you don't want to drink that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me return to my belongings and my bags and shit. Cause I'm on the Wi-Fi. Phone ain't on right now, so I'm Wi-Fi pimping. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back to my bags and get back to the Wi-Fi so I can upload this video. And then at the same time, hey man, I'm about to get this little EP ready for y'all. We gonna have like 5 songs on that bit. I wanna drop it tonight, right? You know what I'm saying? I wanna drop 5 songs. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too much, nothing too shabby. You know what I'm saying? Just got my little the little mental mind state that I'm in right now. I got it captured. You know what I'm saying? I absorbed that energy, and I formed it into something for y'all. So got some music dropping too. Got some videos dropping. I also got a video of me speaking about my goddamn personal life and shit dropping as well, cause I'm trying to fucking get into a hotel or motel for a night or two. Really, it'd be best if I could get a hotel, motel for 2 nights, 2 days. So the first day I could just rest and reboot. I mean, just rest, you know what I'm saying? Then the next day I could reboot and get back to my quantum speed like I need to. But you know, I just need total quietness for like 48 to 24 hours, bro. I mean, literally, no cell phone, no technology, no TV, no outside sources, just dwelling within my own energy. So I got a video coming up about that. Might sound like I was bitching a little crybaby and shit, but hey, can a man jokes? You feel me? Can a man be real? Got emotions too, bitch. But yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all. You know, oasis, peace and prosperity. Pretty much, I think I'm done. Yeah, man. Who can I run to? Yeah.